Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Benosaurus.
Oh man, Benosaurus and Hankadon,
Hank.
Mecha Hank. Oh, dude, these movies are these movies are wild.
Yeah, this is some 70s ass 70s Godzilla. The end of this era of Godzilla. I don't remember.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So we did Godzilla versus Gigan.
Gigan.
That makes more sense. Versus Megalon, versus Mechagodzilla, and Terror of Mechagodzilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which spanned from 1972 to 1975.
Once again, for like 3 out of 4 movies, I wasn't sure if I was watching the right one until like 4/5 through because the title was drastically misleading.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. The Mechagodzilla ones both have some other monster that's like the focus of the movie.
Also, there's like some thumping going around.
Thumping?
Yeah, my mic is picking up a tiny bit of it. As Ty and Peter would, well, they'd noticed immediately, and they would be glad to tell anyone, like, my upstairs neighbor has the cadence of an elephant. Like, dude is constantly hacking and coughing like a cartoon character. Like, worse than General Grievous, and just fucking stomps everywhere he goes. Anyway, that's, people hear
he's
stuff.
Dying is what you're telling me.
I wish. If you hear a really loud thump, we all know what happened.
It's just a kaiju attacking. It's just a kaiju attack. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. Godzilla will save us.
If I ever suspect him,
just shout, Godzilla will save us, and then Godzilla
will save us. What about King Caesar?
Well, no, you have to sing for like 3 minutes before he wakes up.
Yeah, these films are just a mess.
These films are a mess. Also, plaguing our first two heavily is reuse of stock footage, which is a bummer. It's just a bummer.
So that comic intro though on Gigan,
yeah,
it was pretty. That was a thing. It was interesting, but I was like not expecting it at all. Mm-hmm. Like, it's definitely a totally new thing.
Like the weird speech bubbles are just weird. Also,
yeah, the fucking monsters talking.
Yeah.
Hey.
So in the dub version of it, they don't put the speech bubbles in. They just have like actors speaking terribly instead.
Oh my god.
Over the sounds.
That's terrible.
It's bad.
I don't know at what part this was, but I just wrote down in my notes, I'm only 11 minutes in and I already don't know where I am. Like,
yeah, so
they're
this
wild.
Yeah, so Godzilla vs. Gigan is the story of a terrible comics artist who can't get a job because his ideas are bad.
Homework is a monster.
What if homework was a monster?
I do like his explanation for it, though. What if all the kids hating homework, like, what if that essence went out into space and became a monster?
My favorite part is he turns in that idea without having drawn it even. He just turns in unfinished. The guy's like, well, where's the monster? Oh, yeah, I know. I haven't drawn it yet. But
when I
get this, it's homework.
Yeah. And then him, like, drawing the monster as, like, his girlfriend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff. Is that me? I'm like, oh no, it's definitely you. It's wearing the shirt
You
you're
only
wearing
wear
right
that
now.
one shirt.
Yeah.
They like days pass and she just wears that shirt. Also, the idea of like this amusement park about teaching children peace with this giant Godzilla statue.
Yeah, it's just
in a world where
dude.
Godzilla is a real monster that exists.
Yeah, it's wild. I think hands down my favorite part of this film though is early on, and it's when the dude is like holding the corn cob to the guy's back, and then like in the next scene he's eating it, just like raw dogging it with his corn dog. It was fucking amazing. Like that was a 10 out of 10 moment.
Like when he reveals it and it's uneaten, and then he shows it to the guy later and it is like all eaten.
Yeah, like the scene cuts to like the apartment or whatever, and the thing's like gone. I'm like, holy shit. He's like, oh, huh, you probably thought I had a gun or something. It's like, yeah,
also,
dude.
That guy fainted and they carried him into his apartment. I don't know how they knew where he lived.
Checked
or
his
how
wallet.
to get into his house.
Checked his address. Keys under the mat.
That's keys under the mat.
Yeah, this was. Oh, and that same scene, this whole sequence. So, getting held up by a corn cob and then eating the corn cob. That same scene, dude's rolling out with like a bushel of bananas. Like he's just carrying a bunch of bananas around.
Dude, when they pay that off, though, this is the scene. What if just everyone in this scene were eating bananas?
Yeah, dude.
What if?
And the guy, the main character, one of the main character, like he's eating one, and they're like, "Let's go to City Hall." Yeah, let's go. There's like a split. There's like one frame, and you can see that he just throws like the half-eaten banana in the air, and it cuts, and it's fucking amazing. I went back and watched it like 3 times. Easily the best part of the movie. Easily. Maybe the best part of this of these 4 films. Like, it was absolute top-notch. Yeah, no, my standards for what's good in a Godzilla movie have nothing to do with Godzilla.
Gotcha.
Apparently. I mean, if Godzilla was the one eating the banana, now we're like... We're breaking through the roof of this scale, and we're just
only
completely
Minya ever eats anything.
Yeah.
Also, they stole this tape from the aliens, and Godzilla like hears it. He's like, "Yo, Anguirus, go check that out.
Okay.
Find out what it was."
Yeah, that was.
I don't understand that
weird.
plan. Like, Anguirus is just gonna like stealth up and do some recon.
Yeah,
It's not how it goes down.
these giant fucking monsters.
That's not what happens. Also, at one point they refer to the fucking amusement park as a non-profit organization, and I don't think that's how amusement parks work.
They keep like, oh, it's non-profit. I mean, it might be non-profit. I guess I don't know.
They are aliens.
I don't know the strict term of like what legally constitutes something as non-profit, but like even if they're charging people to get in, as long as the funds are going like back into the park, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's not how amusement parks work.
Well,
particularly ones without. I mean, I guess it is for peace. It is about peace.
Yeah.
Absolute peace.
Was real pissed off to see Ghidorah again. And that was kind of a theme. Like after a while, my notes just kind of turned into like, oh hey, it's more fucking aliens. Oh hey, like it's the same exact fucking plot once like every film. And
Ghidorah is really infuriating in this movie too, because like it's all stock footage.
Yeah,
there is barely any new Ghidorah footage, and when there is, it just looks bad, and he never moves.
Yeah, no, it was trash. He did a little loop-the-loop with Gigan. That was
those like action figures.
Yeah, yeah, they're fucking terrible looking.
Literally not moving. Like the big thing Gigan has Ghidorah has going for him is his like wobbly necks, and they just like nah, that's only stock footage. We
Yeah.
don't have the we only have like 2 people working on this movie. We can't afford the 3 people it takes to ring those ropes to make those heads move.
Yeah. No, we saw him so much, and I don't know. It wasn't necessary, like, at all. I want just a film where it says Godzilla vs. X, and that's what we get. I miss that.
Yeah, I think so. What I do think, like the draft of this movie, the draft of the script that is the closest when they were like iterating on stuff. Like the first version also had Megalon in this movie.
Ugh.
They pushed him back. But then the one that's closer to what this title is literally was called The Return of King Ghidorah.
That makes sense. I think the actual file names for these films and the folder, like, no, I guess not.
Well, so the Japanese title for this is closer to Earth Destruction Directive Godzilla vs. Gigan.
I don't know. I thought it was okay, though. Like, also,
A lot of it's saved by Gigan being such a weird new monster.
yeah, his design was really, really interesting. Except for the sound effect they used for the buzzsaw, that made me want to actually murder myself and everyone around me. Like, they did that 2001 Space Odyssey thing where they just had the sound effect going for like 100 times longer than it should, and it's grating. But no, overall his visual design was super cool.
Yeah,
Got that red
think
visor
like-
thing.
yeah. There's just a lot of dumb stuff. Like the main character is such a doof, and the aliens are like, he's not very smart, but he's also cunning.
I
Like,
fucking
what are you talking?
I love the alien, like, the reveal, though. Like, this is our true form. Camera pan away. Shadow of a bug. That was pretty good.
The space cockroach thing was pretty good. And they're like the shadows, when their shadows are fucking just big cockroaches. You're like, what?
Yeah.
That's not how shadows work. But okay.
Have we seen Godzilla bleeding before? Or is it just so long that I don't remember?
A little bit. I think there was before this.
Because these films certainly...
But
like,
these films, he's
yeah.
a fucking blood bag.
Dude, he gets shit on. Like, he's leaking.
It's like...
Everybody kind of is, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think we've seen Godzilla bleed a little bit once. We've definitely seen blood from humans
Oh, yeah.
before.
There was that one
But,
knife
yeah.
fight or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Also, cigarettes are like plot important in this movie because kids movie,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, we had...
Also, I really like when
God.
they try to go to the cops, and their evidence is like, look, my brother's totally being held by aliens. Look, I have his lighter.
Yeah. That seems par for the course. You'd think they'd take it more seriously, considering Earth gets fucked up by aliens, like, I don't know, once a month, apparently.
Yeah, they're when they're like government officials, just like aliens, dinosaurs. What? That doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on. Get with it. I know we change out the characters every movie, but come on.
Yeah. I put at the very end that the film seemed kind of average. It's all right, but eh. This was one of the films that I liked better after this. Megalon made this film great. Because I hated Megalon. That was
yeah.
it was a
I
mess.
just see. Yeah, I don't know. Like my biggest problem with these couple movies though is the editing because they're using so much stock footage and like and even like Gigan is such a cool monster, but they were always showing him in like close-ups. They don't like give him the room in a lot of it, particularly in the build-up, because they're like trying to cut it between other explosion footage. Like there are a lot of explosions, but they're not. I don't think they're from this movie until like they blow up the park at the end.
Yeah. I mean, no, it was a wild ride. I think after it's settled a bit, I like it more than I did at the time. So like a second watching, I might be like, "Fuck yeah!" I'll be ready.
Yeah, I'm just going through my notes for any final thoughts on this one. They showed the Godzilla getting crotch blasted again.
Yeah, that dick shot.
They brought back that stock footage. Of note, our heroes escape in a car, and then it cuts away to the aliens destroying that car, only to show that our heroes are alive. Make note of that plot point. They reuse it. Pancreas is a fucking dumbass. Like, he just runs into Gigan's buzzsaw after, like, staring at it for 2 minutes. And just bleeds everywhere.
It's a strat. It's a strat.
He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh.
Yeah.
Also, he's a punk because he runs away from the army early on, too. He's just like, the army attacks him. He's like, oh, fuck. I gotta go get Godzilla.
Help.
I'm a bitch.
Help, Godzilla.
The Godzilla suit looks like garbage in this movie. It's like, it's super beat up and like falling apart.
I didn't pay that close attention to it, I guess.
When he raises his arms, you can see like his like scales are like falling off. He's like
I didn't notice that.
The
Damn.
details, yeah. It's pretty rough. They make a new one for the next movie, though.
Shame.
They spent like the least amount of time on making it, apparently. They didn't get the eyes to work. Okay. Fun fact about Megalon. It was filmed in 3 weeks.
Wow. That's like 3 times longer than I would have guessed.
Yeah, there's the Angerous body slams. It's pretty fun.
We had Dolphin Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like
there's
when
the thing at
swimming.
the end where our heroes say maybe they were right about the aliens. Because of pollution.
I mean,
cockroaches did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Maybe the world will be inherited by cockroaches.
Yeah, man. Also, they never tell us if that guy will ever get a real job.
Probably not. It's looking not great.
It's looking not great. He's not going to get any reference from his alien employers that he blew up. That's for sure. So, all right. Godzilla versus Megalon.
What a terrible fucking film. I thought there was no way that Godzilla vs. Gigan would come out on top, but Megalon really took the bar to a new low. Holy shit.
So a little backstory on this one.
Oh.
It was so our feature character, Jet Jaguar, a robot, who's a clear like Ultraman ripoff. That was that kind of superhero who grows thing was big at the time. That character was created as part of a contest Toho had for kids to submit their own robot superheroes.
Was the kid the one in the movie?
No.
Oh.
Also, they basically entirely changed the winning kid's design, and he was not thrilled.
That's hilarious.
The kid's design had a, from what I read, had a different head. It had a completely different color scheme. Like, just
Great.
not actually the same thing at all.
Yeah.
But, So, and originally, the movie was just going to be about that character. But then Toho was worried about sales and not making enough money on it, so they made Godzilla the focus instead. If you're wondering how this movie came about the way it is. And then they shot it in 3 weeks, like right after they decided that. So that's what happened. Fun facts. That guy in the toga, though.
Yeah, I actually wrote that. I guess I'm gonna like air all my grievances at once.
All right.
The machine that the kid was on is fucking stupid. It served no purpose as far as I could tell. It looks like a paddle boat, but I don't think it actually functions as one. Also, whoever let him wear tall socks on a fucking lake should be hanged. They should be hanged. Seatopia is a really fucking stupid name, but since they've made this in 3 weeks, that makes sense now. The toga, the shiny ass togas and whatever are like ridiculous, and somehow it was all this shit took place 3 million years ago, but they still have the same language and exact same body features and all of that. And
look, they've just been doing interpretive dance for a really long time, okay? They just got really into interpretive dance.
see, this would have been fine, except we just came from the movie where at least the aliens were like bugs. That's fine. They had an explanation, and this is just like 3 million years have passed. We're exactly the fucking same species. So that's stupid. The panning shot of the kid's legs was totally unneeded and was like the follow-ups of like, I don't know, kids' shorts are way too short. I dislike it. It's weird, and the angles they choose to shoot from are non-desirable. They need to stop that. They need to burn the footage, and they need to start over. And this was actually the film where like
70s. Shorts were in, dude.
Ugh. That's too much though. This was, yeah, like all the plot broke for me. Like all the plots are stupid, but some of them are amazing stupid. This one, like, it was too much. It was like one thing after another, and it took me a while, like most of the way through the movie, and I'm like, hold the fuck up. These people created an artificial sun, but they couldn't design their own little robot dude to lead Megalon around. Like, you couldn't fucking make a sensor. Oh my god, it was so... They couldn't... Oh my god, it pissed me off so much. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. And then the dudes in the truck are like slowly dumping this crate, and they're like, oh my god, this monster, and they have to steal the fucking car. You can't just finish dumping the crate and drive off in the truck you came in? I doubt you're going to be going much faster on that road. It's not like you're on in North Dakota in like...
Look, that truck takes a long time to start back up, okay?
Whatever. Stupid. I was hoping they dumped the crate and just everybody would die. Maybe the truck rolls over, hits all the main people.
I actually think the stupidest thing in the movie is that that like car chase thing with the motorcycle.
My note for that.
The motorcycle clearly intentionally crashes in, then pulls a lever to dump paint on himself.
Yeah. No, he's trying to
so
get up, dude.
poorly staged.
He's trying to get up. My suggestion for the car chase scene would be, it would be so much better if every time they showed like the rear view shot, a new car was there. Because like it shows them and there's a car, and then it cuts back, and there's a motorcycle, and I'm like, oh fuck, if they keep doing this is going to be really good. But they didn't. It made me a little bit sad.
They have the budget for a third car.
Yeah, fucking obviously.
They did drive downstairs though.
Dude,
like
they
that.
didn't have. Have you ever been so poor that you couldn't afford a good idea? Because these guys have. Like, oh my god, everything about it was so terrible.
Yo, Megalon hops though.
He's a bug. Why is he coming out of the ocean? He's a bug. I was expecting like a little
He's
Murloc
coming
looking
from under
dude.
the ground.
Whatever. Their
Goes
place
through
is
that like big tunnel.
their place is called Seatopia, not Groundtopia. They're wearing shiny togas.
Yeah, they're not fucking Atlanteans. Come on.
They basically are.
They are exactly. That is Aquaman's deal always, is being mad at the surface dwellers for polluting or whatever. In this case, it's actually it's like a super reasonable thing to be mad about, is you've nuked a third of our civilization.
I mean, maybe if they made their civilization fucking known. They keep bombing us. You never fucking told us you were there, dumbass. Drop a note once in a while.
Look.
Send a memo.
Look,
They're
just not.
They're
Very shy.
They built an artificial sun. Can't get a fucking envelope
They don't
to
like
the
to
surface.
be judged for their togas. They're very sensitive about their appearance.
Then why do they wear it?
That's what they're into, man.
Whatever.
People can be mean.
And to the people of Seatopia, people should be mean.
Also, this movie has one of my favorite blatant uses of stock footage, where you can, when the fighter jets show up and Megalon is fighting them, you can clearly see Gigan's hook destroying them because they're reusing footage from the last movie.
I was wondering about
Gigan
that.
hasn't shown up yet.
I had to backtrack a couple
It's just
times to make
incredibly
sure.
sloppy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just did not give a fuck.
Like, I thought like Megalon was okay. Like his design was fine and everything, but ugh.
I like his hops when you would go along the ground by hopping for no
It's
reason.
still
Also, apparently that was like the heaviest suit they'd made since the first Godzilla suit, so it was super hard to do. They almost cut all of his like up in the air stuff.
I actually was wondering about that at a certain point. Are they still doing suits cuz like they can't afford or do something else? Like why not puppets or something?
I mean, that's their whole. That was Toho's.
Or is it
like,
just-
that
or
whole
is it just,
business
like-
of this? Yeah,
Like they're
that's
just
what they
in that.
did.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Also, I don't know about puppets, but I know stop motion is way more time consuming and
Oh,
expensive than
Yeah.
for sure.
I was just thinking like you could just have a puppet and maybe do that.
That at that point, yeah, but they're trying to make it work with the stock footage they have. I don't know.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of just the giant suit monster business is the business they're in.
Yeah.
So I think they were just kind of working with what they knew. They had the space for it and the know-how. They just, were reusing lots of stock footage of shit. So
Yeah.
they had to spend less money because they were shooting like 10 minutes worth of new fight footage every movie. But here's my one point for Godzilla vs Megalon. Well, I have a couple others, but my first one is at least it's not Ghidorah that they summoned from space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
At least they just summoned Gigan instead of like Ghidorah, the sluttiest space monster.
Everybody's had a ride.
If you're from space, he will work for you.
Ugh.
Also, I kind of like Jet Jaguar. He gives the thumbs up. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that whole like him existing is totally fine. I like that. Like kind of the it's the same shit as like I don't know, Pacific Rim where you got more of a humanoid robot. Like Mechagodzilla I guess is kind of there but not really. But just,
evil.
yeah. So, robot fighting stuff like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Also,
the
I like
thumbs
that.
up
Like
and
their
shit.
idea is Jet Jaguar, go get Godzilla, cause you suck. Come on, we need Godzilla. Only Godzilla can save us. You know Godzilla, the savior, that guy. He's such a good guy.
Only Godzilla could save us. Cut back to cut to the black and white 45-minute slideshow from Godzilla 2.
Did you have a problem with Jet Jaguar reprogramming himself in order to grow?
Yeah. Like there's all this stupid shit they couldn't just be like, it's a grow ray. I don't know.
Reprogrammed himself.
It's
That's how
it's all
programming
ridiculous.
works.
Yeah. You put in numbers until you get swole.
Mhm.
No, it's
Also, Jaguar gets his ass kicked when he fights. He's not good at fighting, which is fair. He's never done it before.
yeah, that's true. Did he always have the ability to fly? Because they
Yes.
didn't really. Okay. Because
They never explain it, but he immediately flies.
yeah, on his initial thing, they're like, it goes from he has whatever sensor, so he'll always move out of your way. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's
To,
pretty.
like-
That's pretty.
To
you know.
he can fly and he's sentient.
Yeah, they're like, he's fucking flying around, and they're like, they must have reprogrammed him. And I'm like, reprogrammed? It's like they took his body and just put their own software into it because it didn't seem like he was moving out of the way of people before, and now he's flying around and reprogramming himself.
Yeah.
No, this
And then they a thing I do like is in these movies, Godzilla's getting the shit kicked out of him so often. In this one, he shows up and just kicks both of Megalon and Gigan's asses.
yeah.
Until then, they cut to footage from Godzilla vs. Gigan of Godzilla bleeding, and the entire flying sequence of Gigan running
Yeah.
away and getting blasted. That whole thing is just reused, which is a bummer.
Well, probably good they didn't spend any more time or money on this film than they did.
It could have been better, though. There could have been more stuff that wasn't reused. Which is what I'm here for, anyway. I like when Gigan uses
Ugh.
Jet Jaguar as a hostage and Godzilla just blasts him in the face anyway. Does not give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean and I think that's one thing. The fight scenes seem to be continuously improving.
Mm-hmm.
When it's fresh fight scenes and not
Well,
just
I will also say, of a thing to note is that the Godzilla vs. Gigan, I think, is the last movie with the original guy in the suit for Godzilla.
okay.
He was replaced after that. There's that ring of fire that Godzilla and Gigan and Jet Jaguar get stuck in because fire that hurts Godzilla.
Yeah,
and
dude's
then
getting shot.
Godzilla
by stuff
rides Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
He flies out. I wish he had sat on him. And then there are two good moves, which are the highlight of the whole movie for me. The one where
Okay.
Jet Jaguar throws Megalon into the air so that Godzilla can then blast him. That one's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gigan just runs away because he's a coward. And the Godzilla super kick, where Godzilla just jumps in the air and flies
Yeah.
horizontally at Megalon with his
It was-
tail on the ground. This shot's so good, they show it twice in a row with no explanation.
I mean, when you
It's just
strike
too good.
gold, you got to show it off a little, you know.
It's true.
Yeah, no, those were good moments. The
And
movie,
then Jet Jaguar shakes Godzilla's hand.
yeah, that fucking like,
Oh, I'm such a big fan, Mr. Godzilla, sir.
sign my
And-
faceplate.
And we get the Jet Jaguar song. Punch, punch, punch.
Yeah, that
pretty
was unneeded.
Jet Jaguar, though, he's the best. What a marketable character.
Yeah, that was like my first thought. Like he shows up on the first time you see him on screen, it's like, ooh, action figure. Hot damn.
So popular lately.
No, if
But
this,
yeah, that's Godzilla vs. Megalon.
if
It's not great.
if it was reduced to only the fighting scenes, it'd be a much better movie.
Oh,
No
totally.
no
Also,
context fighting.
this was one of the most watched Godzilla movies in America
Oh,
because it got
Oh.
a really big marketing campaign.
this is why people hate Americans. Ugh.
Also, you need to see the poster.
Oh boy.
If I can find a bigger image of it, I will send you. Copy image. Here we go.
I'm
And yes, that is Godzilla and Megalon standing on top of the Twin Towers.
I think I'm hiding it really well, but I just threw up in my mouth.
It is a reference to the poster for the Diana de Laurentiis King Kong movie that came out around that time, which the poster for that had King Kong standing on top of the Twin Towers.
Great. Giant against giant. Against giant against giant.
And they left out They left out two monsters.
Yeah,
that were in
like-
that movie.
They give you about half the cast in the title.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. Yeah, what a miserable film. It was like it was fun. I will say this, it was like one of those ones where it was fun to be angry. Like I'm not sitting there like, God damn it, this is such a waste of time. It's like, fuck this movie and everybody involved.
Yes. When I was thinking about how many of these we should do, and I came to this, I'm like, well, fuck. This one's just so bad. We need to talk about it.
Yeah, no,
It's
awful.
This one's notable to talk about. I actually think it's more notable to talk about than Godzilla vs. Gigan, even though it's not
That's
better
fair.
than that movie at all. It's just, it's more memorable.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think, well, not even think. Godzilla vs. Gigan is definitely the winner as far as the bracket goes, but I don't know. If I was going to get drunk with friends and watch one of them, it might be this one.
So that brings us to Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
It was okay.
Yeah. My big thing with this one is King Caesar sucks.
Yeah, that was
It's
a
so much of
weird
this movie is
thing.
about fucking King Caesar, and he's boring.
Yeah.
He's super boring. The scenes with Mechagodzilla are super cool, but there's just not enough. There's not enough.
Yeah.
This movie opens with like a woman having a vision of a kaiju destroying the city, and I'm kind of just like, in your vision it shows King Ghidorah, so this could be about fucking anything.
I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried. That was a bad start to any film. It's showing me King Ghidorah.
Oh man. Yeah. So the weirdness of them going, yeah, so aliens have invaded and they've built a robotic version of Godzilla to fight Godzilla. But also there's this ancient tribal prophecy about
like
King Caesar and another monster who's going to do all the work defeating a great evil. Not like just this one specific evil. There have been plenty of other evils that he's just slept through, but it's fine.
This is a greater evil.
Yeah, so... Also, there are so many levels of, like, spies. It's just so many scenes of someone walking somewhere and someone watching them.
Yeah.
And then, like, someone else watching them.
Dude, it
Like,
was a lot.
Who is anyone?
There was a
too
fucking
much.
lot.
It's space titanium, though.
I fucking wrote that down. I'm like, Space Titanium. Classic.
You could you know it's from aliens because it's from space.
Yeah. That's as far as plot points go. It kind of like the what's her name archaeologist that shows up like right away, and the guy's like, "What? It's you?" And then she rolls into the cave. Yeah, I wrote like, "Girls can't be smart." Like, okay. I was like defending her, and then immediately I wanted to backtrack because her walking into the cave and being like, "Oh, this is this, and these are two sons, and this is it." I'm like, what?
I like when she said, "I don't know what this is."
Yeah, I'm like, have you worked with this before? And then later on the plane, she's like, "I found out some whatever." I'm like, it's been a day. You have like a full narrative here, and
It wasn't very. They were very complicated drawings.
I mean, still though,
It's like, this is a monster. Yep, that sure is a monster.
I mean, she could have been a little. They could have not written it as like, this is this. Like, at least make it look like they're pondering over it a little bit.
No,
Like, maybe it's a
very
monster,
easy to
maybe it's a
interpret.
kid's shit drawing of a dog.
Nope.
Ugh.
So the evil, they don't. There was like a way they could play the other evil Godzilla thing as like a mystery, but they don't.
Yeah, no. It actually.
And the big thing is like his cry is. They just give him the Mechagodzilla like cry immediately. He doesn't sound like Godzilla at all.
I like how people in the film were all, why would Godzilla and what's the thing's name? Like, why would they be fighting? And it's like, dude, they fucking people switch sides like constantly. Come on.
Why would Godzilla fight Anguirus? Anguirus is his bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Angus, go do this. Yeah, okay. Well, can we have? Oh, they should have put in like dialogue of Godzilla like just initiating that fight, like rolling up. Angus is like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" Godzilla just starts fucking swinging, like, "Whoa, dude, what the fuck?"
What's wrong?
Just
Gets his
beat
jaw
down.
torn open.
Yeah.
It's like foaming blood.
I am in debate with myself about what the best scene from this film was.
Okay, so the best parts of this movie are all about that dude's pipe.
Yeah. Oh my
Every time
God.
that dude's pipe showed up, after he revealed that it breaks
Oh my
electronics,
God.
I was like, dude, the pipe! Oh no, you dropped the pipe! What are you doing?
See, they could have done that effectively if the guy was just like, "Oh, hey, here's your pipe." Like, if they wouldn't have been like, "It breaks apart and can do something with electrons." Wow, and we're facing a
Destroys
mechanized
electrons.
thing. Huh.
My pipe, my special pipe that destroys electrons. that I, as a scientist, decided to break my own equipment with.
Holds up pipe,
to
looks
show you.
into camera. It can destroy electronics. Like, ugh.
Look, man, they were just jealous of that dude in Son of Godzilla or whatever who had that pipe.
I think,
You're like, dude, we got to make that pipe important, though.
yeah. So I really
It's
liked
too memorable.
the first alien like transformation, like where he gets cut and then his face partially transforms. I
Yeah.
thought that was well done. With like given everything else in these films, like I thought that transition was actually pretty good. They didn't just do a shadow on the wall, so that was cool. Or what was the other one? I forget what my other one that I had in mind was, but I think the one that takes the cake is the guy gearing up to clear the entire road of debris. Like he's driving up and he like knocks a branch out of the way and he's like gonna tackle a whole fucking telephone pole or a tree trunk or something after it shows like half a mile of destruction. And I'm sitting there like, this is incredible. This might be, out of every Godzilla film we've seen, this might be the most ambitious portion of any of them. Like,
Look, man, he's got to get through. What else is he gonna do?
yeah.
Go around?
I wanted, like, they should have just never come back to him until the end of the film, and he finally had the road cleared, and like sped off. That would have been great.
Yeah. I really like when Mechagodzilla gets revealed to be Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, that was
and
really
the
good.
music that plays,
Yep.
and then he like showing off all his stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's like
no,
the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, it was
Actually.
and even when they showed it, like he comes out, and I even wrote, oh, like Double Godzilla isn't really what I expected, because I did play whatever fucking Godzilla fighting game. Like I had an idea of Mechagodzilla, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I guess he's just a cyborg, whatever. And then his fucking shit comes off, and it's like Robo Godzilla, and it was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
that was good. It made me real happy.
It's very good. It's too bad that then the movie like forgets about Godzilla entirely.
Yeah.
Like he's such a given that it's like, no, we got to get King Caesar, man. Obviously, Godzilla will show up too. It's fine, whatever. King Caesar though, and then Godzilla has to go and get struck by lightning to power up,
Yeah, yeah.
which I assume is like leftover from the King Kong
Thing.
Emperor of shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's just part of Godzilla's powers now. Lightning makes him stronger.
Yeah. I liked the I-beam effects from Mechagodzilla. Like the little rainbow beam thing. It's pretty fucking good.
It's pretty good.
The final battle has a segment that is just like almost seizure-inducing clips of Mechagodzilla doing stuff. And that was wild. Like, pew, 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 just constant shit going off.
Yeah.
That was a trip. I didn't know how long. Part of it was I didn't know how long they were going to. I just remembered the other scene that I was thinking of when they do like, is it a flashback or something? No, yeah, it's a flashback of the prophecy in the beginning of the film, and there's like 20 versions of it on screen. That's what it was. It's like tiled. That was it's totally pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just happy I remembered
This is the movie where we get they escape from the aliens, and then they're like, wait, we should start this car without us in it.
Yeah.
Like they just shows them getting a string, and then the car explodes, and the aliens are like, yeah, they're all dead, haha. Again,
Gotcha, bitch. Yeah.
Idiots. There's that part where they're totally fucked, and then a different sunglasses dude shows up who's like friends with the other sunglasses dude that we've never seen before.
That confused the
It's like,
fuck.
I am also an Interpol agent.
Yeah,
I
that confused the
was
Christ out of
asleep,
me.
so I got to work late, I guess. So I got here just in time. Also, it's always Interpol in these movies for whatever reason. It's odd to these aliens. The King Caesar song, they sing a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like, it even stops and then goes, like, second verse, here we go. Luckily, there's not a giant Mechagodzilla heading towards us that would make us rush or anything. Nope. Gotta pad this runtime.
Well, maybe part of it is, based on BPM. Can't up that tempo. Gotta keep it consistent. Otherwise, he doesn't wake up.
We gotta get to 84 minutes in this movie somehow.
Ugh. Is there, like, something to that? Because I've noticed that all of their runtimes are extremely consistent. Like, they're all
Probably.
right around 115, 122.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, they were in a business of cranking out movies.
I guess.
They are a
There
movie
was-
machine.
There was a moment that took me back to Godzilla 2. After Godzilla becomes a giant magnet and is, like, pulling Mechagodzilla around, there's a point where the music just cuts out and it's just Mechagodzilla, like, flying. Like, just sound effects.
Uh-huh.
And it lasted just long enough where I'm like, oh, no. Not again. 'Cause that was a very, like... I don't know, like, not even uncomfortable. Like, it's eerie. It's like it's an uncomfortable, like, weird feeling to suddenly have, like, no music in a film that is chock full of alternating good and bad music. Like, so that was odd.
Yeah. So then Caesar finally wakes up and gets his ass kicked. Like, one of his first moves is hiding behind a big rock.
Yeah. No, they... I don't know. They don't, like, do they worship him? Or is it just like he's their protector?
He's
Either way,
their
they
protector.
need... Either way, they need to hire out. Like, dude...
I mean, that's why Godzilla has to show up, right?
Yeah, because he gets fucking rocked instantly.
Yeah. 10 minutes left in the movie. Godzilla shows up. Also, one of his first moves is missing an attack, and then he, like, snaps his fingers, like, dang, I missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess around that time someone found the pipe, because my notes just say, the pipe! With an
Yeah.
exclamation point.
Yeah.
It was retrieved where that guy dropped it. Because, man, when that guy dropped it, it was like, oh no, you set that thing up so well, though.
Oh, no,
There's
you
also-
dropped the plot point.
I mean, there was also the infuriating part earlier where, like, the guy steals the statue and then gets shot and drops it overboard, and then they're all sad about it, and then in the next scene, the captain's giving the guy a box. He's like, oh yeah, the thing was safe in some other room. That was a fake. It was fine the whole time.
Yeah, that was...
That was fucking weird.
I had to like do a double take. Like, I literally went back and, like, watched the clip again because I'm like, did I fucking miss something here?
Nope. He was playing everyone, including his friends. Godzilla gets blown the fuck up, and it just starts, like, spewing blood.
Yeah.
So he's like covered in blood when he uses his magnetism powers.
Yeah, no, he was beat the fuck up.
And then Godzilla grabs Mechagodzilla, has him beaten, and then King Caesar gets a few love taps before
Yeah.
Godzilla, like, tears his head off and delivers the finishing blow, and the movie's over. Also, the aliens blow up or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, that too was something.
That's how I feel about the end of that one. Yeah, that one is frustrating because Mechagodzilla is so cool, but that movie is like What the fuck is going on?
The first fight scene in Terror of Mechagodzilla totally makes up for it. I love that fight scene. Like, it was super good. They got Mechagodzilla doing all of his cool shit. He has some new stuff going on. They do the thing where their beams are coming out and like meeting each other in the middle. Classic. I loved it. It was good stuff.
Yeah, Terror of Mechagodzilla has the extreme benefit of not giving Godzilla any worthless allies.
Yeah.
It does have the problem of having another monster that's not the title, which is Titanosaurus. But at least Titanosaurus is better than King Caesar.
Yeah. I would say I actually wrote the plot for this one, like, finally managed to cross the threshold, and it's just so fucking ridiculous that it's amazing. Like,
Look, man, they went to the old standby of evil mad scientist
and then
who
like
has a giant undersea monster
and a
that he wants to destroy humanity
cyborg
with.
daughter.
And a
Is that his
cyborg
daughter? Right. Yeah.
Yes.
I lost track a little bit. Okay. At various points.
There's some real good scenes early on of like the evil mad scientist and the evil alien like holding their wine glasses to each other, staring longingly into their eyes.
Yeah, there was like a fire in the background or whatever bullshit. Yeah, that was fantastic.
And then the evil scientist starts going on his rant about how they didn't understand him, and his daughter's like, "Come on, calm down, Dad. It's fine."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we've all heard this before. It's fine. It's okay. There's like the alien commander when his people fail him and someone escapes, he just starts whipping them.
Yeah, the scene just starts with him like fucking whipping people. I'm like, whoa, that's brutal. That guy gets shot by firing squad. Is he? I feel like I had missed something. Is he also the dude with like the scar on his neck who couldn't talk?
I don't know.
I was trying to figure out if the same guy that was shot like 15 times when surrounded was the same guy who later was like gesturing to people.
I don't think so, but I really don't remember.
I can't recall.
I do remember that they're like, when they're setting up Titanosaurus, they're like, he's just like all these other great monsters you remember, like King Ghidorah and Rodan and Manda. Remember Manda? The best.
Which one was fucking Manda?
Manda,
was
like,
that the
he wraps
snake?
his head around that train track. They use that shot from Destroy All Monsters.
Was that the snake thing?
Manda. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Manda. Your favorite Godzilla monster. I think he had his
Yeah.
own movie, though. But also,
But,
Titanosaurus is weak to sonic waves, making him basically Venom.
So was this better than the recent Venom movie? Is this the better Venom?
The recent Venom movie was good. So,
But was it better than this?
yes.
It's a bold claim.
I really like
Better
Venom.
better than a Godzilla movie? Oof.
Hey, look, there are better Godzilla movies.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
It's not hard to do.
I like that Titanosaurus fights planes by jumping into them and having them hit his belly.
Yeah. That's
Pretty good.
it's a good one.
Also, they don't bother giving an explanation for Godzilla showing up in this movie. It's not like someone has to go get him on Monster Island. He just, like, shows up. He's like, fuck you!
Well, he's kind of there from. Oh yeah, I guess for Titanosaurus.
Yeah, Titanosaurus attacks, and then
Yeah,
Godzilla is
yeah.
just there. Like, the aliens know he's coming. They're tracking him. But nobody else does.
I kind of like that though.
No. I thought that was, like, I don't
Yeah.
need an explanation. Like, Godzilla
Yeah,
likes to
just
fight
have-
monsters.
Yeah, just
It's
have
fine.
him fucking show up.
I definitely like him showing up before 10 minutes before the end of the movie. I'm always down for Godzilla showing up early
I've
and often.
I've noticed that it seems, and I have to go back and like double check this, but I think they start their like the wrap up fight scenes of the movie usually happen around the 1 hour mark, and then they like there's a battle, and then with like 7 minutes left, there's another battle.
Yeah, the problem is with all these other monsters. Sometimes Godzilla isn't in that first battle.
Yeah,
He only shows up for the second one. That was the problem with Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. He didn't show up till 10 minutes before the end. Also, I don't actually know if the evil scientist, his name is Mifune, if his daughter is actually just a robot or if she was a human being who's just gotten her parts replaced by aliens.
I think she was I think she's like a cyborg thing. Like after finishing the film, I like skimmed a plot synopsis just to make sure that I got everything in order, and it said something about like her being a cyborg and undergoing surgeries.
Yes. Well, they cut her open and her boobs are exposed for some reason. It's like they've covered up everything except the hole they've cut open into her where they're working and her tits.
Well, yeah. Naturally.
It's on display. Kids movies, you know.
Yeah, but the kids aren't the ones buying the movie, you know.
And then Titanosaurus reveals his wind powers. He makes it windy. He's got his little tail fin.
Yeah.
And he sweeps it, and then it's windy.
He tries to blow Godzilla.
Yep. Yeah, but some of the like special effects in this fight are actually fucking great.
Oh yeah, no,
there's
this movie
one
stepped it
shot
up.
from Mechagodzilla where he like bursts open the ground and it like the fucking ground like pops up. It's just fucking cool looking.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
this film overall seemed like they stepped it up for the fights and everything.
Yeah,
It seemed
I
like
think
they
it's because
had
it was like the last one they were doing. Probably they probably stepped it up a little bit.
threw
Also,
an extra
there's-
$10
There's
into
the part
pot.
where little kids shout, "Godzilla, help us!" and then Godzilla's there. Like that's how he shows up for the final fight.
Yeah.
His kids are like, "Godzilla, help!" He's like, "Yeah, fucking, I'm here. Fuck you."
I'll always be there when kids are in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, he's not quite at Gamera levels of friends to all children, but he's close at this point.
So, do we have like any actual is there canon lore of what happened to Godzilla's son?
Minya? This could just take place before that, or he's just on Monster Island,
I mean,
and Godzilla's not taking him with him.
I kind of want to believe that he grew up and he's current Godzilla.
Not in this timeline.
Ugh.
That's not where we are. Look, you'll have to wait for other Godzilla movies.
Ah.
That sort of happens, but mostly no. This is just the same. This is the same Godzilla 2 that we've been following.
Okay. I just
It's not
miss when
original
he
Godzilla. It is second Godzilla because the original Godzilla died in the first movie and it was never that one was done.
I mean, he's the best Godzilla,
It's true.
clearly.
I like that Titanosaurus kicks Titanosaurus is always like flinging Godzilla up into the air when he hits him. Like he kicks
Yeah.
him and Godzilla just goes flying.
Yeah.
And I really like when
There
Godzilla
was.
gets buried in the earth and then Titanosaurus is just like dancing on Godzilla's graves with his arms behind his back. He's like doing a little jig.
Yeah. No, all of that, like, whenever they do basically any movement, it's fucking hilarious to me. Like when they show Godzilla,
Titanosaurus grabs Godzilla by the mouth with his
Yeah.
mouth and is like holding him in the air. It's like,
so
what is
good.
going on?
Like anytime they do stupid shit like that, it makes me so happy. Like even
Yeah.
just the footage. I think they reused it. It's like Godzilla. It's the close up of Godzilla's feet. Not in this film. I think that was Megalon or Gigan. I don't know, but it's like him doing the little boxing footwork, like little shuffle, like that sort of shit. Like just makes me laugh because it's so good. It's just dumb and it's amazing.
Yeah. Also, like they really go all out with like the explosions right on the suits in this movie.
Oh
like,
yeah,
the Godzilla suit is visibly just on fire at one point. Just like fuck.
yeah.
The one like Mechagodzilla basically just uses the same stuff he introduced in the last movie, but his one new move is that when
God,
Godzilla
I'm so
rips his
sorry.
head off, he has a second head.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter because he immediately gets defeated by the cyborg lady shooting herself to stop him because the control panel is in her chest. But it's still a cool idea that like Mechagodzilla they adapted to overcome his flaw of how he was defeated last time.
His
a good
flaw
idea.
of losing his head.
Even though his head can like spin around 360 anyway,
In the beginning of the film when he starts
it makes his
doing a
force field.
helicopter. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is a thing now.
And then Titanosaurus gets blasted and falls ass backward into the ocean and disappears. And the movie ends.
Classic fashion.
Titanosaurus is like a pretty boring design, but he's fun. He's fine.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah,
some good
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, no, it's less interesting than Gigan, but the stuff he does is more interesting.
Yes.
So I think Terror of Mechagodzilla beats out Mechagodzilla,
Yeah, no.
and then
It kind of is a shame to me just because I think that initial reveal of Mechagodzilla is so strong.
yeah,
And there is good stuff in the like seeing Mechagodzilla's stuff for the first time is pretty thrilling, but
oh yeah,
the King Caesar stuff is such a drag.
no, with Mechagodzilla, like I was honestly surprised at how much they had him do, like the finger rockets and the other shit.
Yeah.
Like I thought they would cop out and make it a rock throwing match again. I don't know. Oh no, they're boxing.
All the rock throwing. All the rock throwing.
Between
yeah.
Gigan and Terror of Mechagodzilla, what is it?
It's Terror of Mechagodzilla.
Yep. Yeah.
Also,
pretty-
for
pretty
me,
easy choice.
I do actually in the bracket. I am gonna give the edge to Megalon versus Gigan just because it's more memorable to me.
Fair
But
enough.
I'm not putting fucking Godzilla versus Megalon over Terror of Mechagodzilla. So
Yeah.
we're ending up at the same spot anyway.
And that's totally fair. I've been
That
terrible at
that-
actually. Oh yeah. Go for
that Jet Jaguar song is fun. It's so dumb. It's just that movie's just so stupid.
Yeah. No, it's fucking ridiculous.
And not having King Ghidorah stock footage all over it, slathered all over it.
That is true. No, it's very close for me.
Yeah.
Closer than I thought after like watching it initially. Mm-hmm. Also, I've been absolutely terrible at keeping my bracket up.
Yeah.
Probably should go through it at some point.
One of the things I did right before this was remember what the fuck we voted for last time.
Yeah. I need to do that except for all of the times pretty much.
I have the results for everything else written down. So at some point I will post that as an image file and put in show notes or whatever. But I think for now that's a podcast.
Yeah, we did it. We got another 4 under the belt. What do we got coming up next time for this bracket anyway?
So for next time we're getting into the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, though we do have one more from the 70s that we're going back to. So our first pairing is The Return of Godzilla, or Godzilla 1985, and Godzilla versus Mothra.
The Battle for Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then our other pairing will be our last one from this Showa era, which is Godzilla versus Hedorah, or Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, as it's otherwise known, which is a fucking weird one. And we're pairing that against Godzilla versus Biollante.
Okay.
Which is a great one, actually.
Nice.
It's not fair at all, but that's what we're doing.
All right. So, I guess chronologically, it looks like we're skipping over Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah for now.
Yes, because that is a better pairing with another later movie.
Gotcha.
That will be the time after that, because it pairs well with Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm excited to be getting into it's been really fun seeing how shit is progressing.
Yes.
I'm excited to get into more modern.
Yes. The stuff starts popping off once we get into the 80s stuff,
Which I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Even with this bracket, it looks like we're seeing more actual props. Instead of little miniature tanks, they're using actual army vehicles in some shots. It's not 100%, but it looks like there's at least more instead of what is clearly a table setup.
I don't know. They reused the same shot of those tanks melting a couple times in the movies we watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the big thing. But yeah, so you can email us, saltcirclepodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at saltcirclepod. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, at Salt Circle Podcast and other things. And you can find us hosted at anchor.fm/saltcircle. We're also on Spotify. And you can find me on Twitter at Comic Panels.
And I'm on Twitter at bean_LP. Ugh. Megalon.
Seatopia, though, man.
Stop.
Seatopia.
More like Saltopia.